Hello, and happy Friday, everybody. Hope you guys are doing well. Yours truly, Miss Jazzy here, stopping by with an exclusive interview. I know I've been sharing about it all day long, and I hope those of you that are going to take an opportunity to chime in with us today, I think you're going to be motivated and inspired by the testimony of a young lady that I'm going to be able to introduce to some, but present to others. So again, welcome. I hope all of you are having a fabulous Friday. And again, yours truly have stopped by with an exclusive interview, actually rolling back from virtual networking Tuesdays when we're having technical difficulties. So I'm taking an opportunity today to be able to bring my good friend, Miss Taisha Hyppolite, also known as Gahd, all across social media outlets, to be able to share her weight loss journey. There's so much to her testimony that I tell you, for those of you that are on this journey to be able to get fit, even while we're quarantined in, I'm sure some things that she'll be able to share with all of us this evening could actually get you motivated to get going and maybe to take heed with even some of the things that she's actually written about in a guide that you could actually apply to your personal lives. So I'm going to take an opportunity to invite all of you to share the broadcast, so you can also be able to invite others to be a part of it, but to also learn some stuff. Because I tell you, for those of you that maybe struggle with your weight up and down, and the fact that now we're in the home and just eating all the goodies and snacks and cooking and doing all those type things, you may not be doing the healthy way of doing things. And so this is going to be an opportunity to continue to get us motivated. Yours truly have personally tackled a 21-day challenge that my daughter actually encouraged me to do. And I've been working on like a lower body and ab workout. And I'm officially on day 7. So this is day 7 for me of 21-day challenge. But guess what? I've not done day 7 yet. But I'm going to do it before the end of the day. I promise I am. I'm committed to the challenge. I'm going to do it. I'm not a quitter. And so I want to make sure that for those of you that maybe want to tap in for what I've been doing, and this is some simple things we can do right from the comfort of your home. I know gyms are not officially open back up yet. And so these are some simple things that, I've been working with a chair right from the comfort of my home. One technique that I even learned when we were doing the Get Fit edition on this Tuesday was using canned goods. So I've been able to actually use canned goods as that resistant weight to kind of get I got a little muscle going on in my arm there, in my triceps. So I've pretty much been athletic all of my life. And so I've always been small frame, but physically I am not in shape. And so I'm thinking the older that I'm continuing to get, as I am growing old gracefully, I want to be able to make sure that I'm doing what I need to do for my body to stay fit, to stay in shape and to keep my heart rate pumping. Because, according to 3 John verses 1, verse 2, is that when he talks about that we should be in good health, even as our soul prospers. And so I would pray that each and every one of us that have joined us tonight is really taking our health serious. And so I invite all of you to continue to do your very best. And if anything, if you've not been doing anything, hey, this is an opportunity where you can get started today. Do it right now. Why not? Okay. Well, listen, I'm going to take an opportunity to introduce our very special exclusive interview guest for the evening. And many of you that have rocked with me, if you'll remember when we were actually in-person networking, we were at the Cigar Experience. And this is one of the young ladies that, as a business, the SOE firm, my business partner, December and I, we were actually able to sow into her. And so she was one of the very first persons that we actually sowed $100 seed into the upcoming business that she was looking to become, which was a personal trainer. And so when you hear her testimony of how she almost weighed 200 pounds, but I've known her since she's kind of been living the fit lifestyle, but I'm definitely going to give her an opportunity to share. But Taisha Hyppolite, most people, as I said, know her on social media as Gahd. The name pretty much stands for her always being in the rawest form version of herself. Her journey to healing started after a series of events where, like I said, she used to weigh almost 200 pounds and was going through a series of health problems. She was going through physical and spiritual battles, she will admit. And she also said that your body is doing one of two things. It's either healing or digesting. So she said when she first started her journey, she cold turkey vegetarian and started a 30-day water challenge, 30-day lifestyle challenge where she consumed alkaline foods for a day. She also put herself through a series of challenges to basically retrain her mind and her body. She also created a guide that is basically sharing what she has done through the transition to this healthy lifestyle. She came across yoga, and if you follow her on social media, you'll see where she's doing all these amazing stretches, and she's going to even be able to show us some of those this evening. Breathing exercises, meditation, and more. All of these practices basically helped her to heal from trauma from her past. She also, with everything that people see her do, from exercising to eat clean to yoga, etc., she would explain that that is a reflection of her inner world. What she do now is basically maintain a consistent lifestyle and really just continue to share that with others. She also sells intestinal cleanses. And so that's something that, if you really think about it, especially if you've not detoxed your body in a while, maybe ever, it could have been months, it could have been years. Just think about the gut waste. Well, she can talk about that in the process of what you would need to do to lead up to being able to do an intestinal cleanse that she actually sells. But it helps to clear out years of toxic waste that has basically been sitting in there, and even poor lifestyle choices and habits. She also, like I said, this guide that I really want to talk about and really get into and help us to understand how she was able to reprogram her mind and create new habits. This journey basically takes a lot of unlearning and relearning. So if you guys are up for the challenge, be up for unlearning to relearn some things. So her lifestyle now consists of her exercising while maintaining a high raw plant-based diet lifestyle. Now, I have personally also kind of transitioned to a plant-based, no meat for me, but it's not technically raw. So I'll be excited to kind of hear a little bit about how that goes for her. But she's also currently enrolled in school to become a personal trainer. And we'll also hear some exclusive details about how she's going to be competing. And so we'll hear a lot more about that. So again, many would say that life is not possible to be fit and gain healthy muscle mass. Well, ladies and gentlemen, she is here to beg to differ. So help me to welcome to the live my good friend, Miss Taisha Hyppolite, also known as Miss Raw Gahd. How are you doing, beautiful? Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Thank you for having me.
Yes, absolutely. Well, listen, I really want to take an opportunity to really bring you on tonight because I know we had technical difficulties during the Get Fit edition, but I think your testimony, just of your journey, is such an amazing story that for anyone that can really hear like where you were to where you are now would really hopefully inspire them to be motivated to get started with their Get Fit challenges as well. So I just want to take an opportunity to allow you to really just kind of give us a summed up version. I mean, like I said, I see you now, but for someone that's watching to know that you were almost close to 200 pounds, take us through that journey of what that looked like and how did you get to being fit as you are today?
Yeah, well, my family is Haitian to start off. They're from the islands of Haiti. So all we used to eat when we were younger was island food, processed food, fried foods. Not even just that. Like we used to eat a whole bunch of D'Angelo's, we're from up north. D'Angelo's, steaks, everything you could think of, McDonald's, everything processed. That's all we ate. So that's where the weight came from. And that's where the weight comes with a lot of people. You know, we're born into eating the same foods that our parents were eating. So I was going through a series of health issues. Like I said, it was close to 200 pounds. I had skin rashes. I could say it was like eczema. I used to have like circular rashes that would just pop up on my arm. I don't know where it came from. And I would actually like try to burn it off with bleach, try to kill it with bleach because a lot of people say bleach kills everything. So I just had random rashes appearing on my body. I was in and out of the hospital, went through surgery as well. And I was just tired of it. I was wondering why all of this stuff was happening to me. I ate the same diet that my family was eating. I ate the same diet that a lot of people were eating. And I was just wondering why all this stuff was happening to me. And so I just started researching after surgery, after I was like on my deathbed. I started researching and ways to naturally heal the body, my symptoms, and all of that stuff. And I just got into natural healing. I came across Dr. Sabi. I came across him like before when he was working with Lisa Left Eye, but I never like really dove into it and really studied what he was teaching. But I came across him again when I was researching my symptoms and all of that stuff and ways to naturally heal myself. So I started like buying his books. There's this guy, his name is Akil Anis. And I came across a website called naturallifeenergy.com. And on there, it was going over, disease and how to heal it naturally with herbs, enemas, clean eating, and all of that. And I came across his nutritional guide, which is the alkaline guide, which is the guide that I followed for the 30 days of clean eating. And so I just, like I said, was just doing research, and I started practicing whatever I was researching on myself. So I found out about herbs. I found out about cleaning your colon with enemas and how the quickest way for herbs to go into your bloodstream would be, through your colon, and cleaning out your colon with enemas. And then so as I continued on doing that, I put myself on challenges. 30-day challenges like clean eating, the 30-day water challenge. And over the time, it just kept going. It kept going like it was an ongoing journey. I just kept researching. I got his book, Akilani's book. I got his Gahd Awakening Diet, which pretty much goes over, the healthy lifestyle, the alkaline diet and clean eating. I also got his book, the alkaline herbal medicine, to go over herbs and herbs that heal your blood, like burdock root, dandelion root, and stuff like that. So I did that. And then I also did a parasite cleanse. Now, this was just something that I made up. I just put up a concoction together. It was like garlic, it was coconut oil, pumpkin seeds, papaya seeds, stuff that kills parasites after doing research and finding out what kills parasites. And I put all of that together, and I was taking it for 3 days straight. And then after the third day, like a long worm came out of me.
Wow.
It was covered up in mucus. It was covered up in fecal matter. It was just super long. But even before that one, when I started doing enemas, I did a garlic enema because garlic kills parasites. So I did a garlic enema. I crushed up 6 garlic cloves. I boiled it in water. I put it in an enema bag. And when I did that, I knew what I was looking for. A lot of people asked me if I was scared, but I wasn't scared. But I knew what I was looking for. I was looking for parasites because garlic kills parasites. So after I did that, not even 2 minutes after putting in the enema, I couldn't hold it in. All of a sudden, I go use the bathroom and I see something white. It was small. It was a small white thing. And I went and I took a fork and I pulled it out the toilet and outstretched a 24-inch worm. So it was a white worm. And so after that, like, I was just on go mode. I was like, if I have that, I know I have more in me. So I just kept going and researching over the time. After clean eating, I went from vegetarian. I cut out the meats, cold turkey, but I was still doing dairy. I didn't really see too much of a change in my body and in the symptoms that I was having. So then I went into vegan. And that was like the processed vegan, still eating like processed foods and stuff like that, thinking it's healthy. And then I went into alkaline vegan, and then I just continued on with fast. I did dry fast, where it was like no food, no water, 3-day dry fast, 5-day dry fast, no taking a bath, no brushing your teeth, just to give my body a break. We've been eating all our lives. And I just felt like we need to give our body a break, so that's where fasting comes in. So I did a whole bunch of fast, fruit feasting, eating just fruits, juicing, eating just smoothies. I did all of that. And over the time, the weight just started coming off. And my motto back in the day was, you should detox first and exercise later. Because a lot of times what we'll do is we'll try to exercise our weight off. But I just feel like with that, we're just building, muscle on top of toxic waste. So my goal was just detox, get all that stuff out. And you're going to hear people when you're on this journey, you know, talk about what you're doing and say, you know, you're getting too skinny, you're losing too much weight. But I just kept in the back of my mind, I know why I'm doing this, and I just did it. So I just detoxed first, and then now it's brought me to a point where I'm trying to build back that weight. So that's where the whole bodybuilding comes into play. I did an intestinal cleanse, like you said. It's called a mucoid plaque cleanse. So what it is it's pretty much shakes that you're taking with herbs. You're following a schedule, and you're just drinking shakes, taking herbs. The first phase, you're eating raw meals. And then after that, you're not eating raw meals. You're just drinking the shakes. And so when I did that, I released what is called mucoid plaque, which is what's lining your intestines. After eating the standard American diet, your body doesn't recognize this food. So what it does is it try to protect itself. So if it can't digest the food and it keeps secreting mucus, all that stuff is going to line up your intestines. So when I did that, stuff came out of me, parasites, mucoid plaque came out of me, all of that stuff came out of me. And I just did a total of 7 cleanses. And I got that from how I came across that cleanse was from Richard Anderson, his book Cleanse and Purify Thyself, which I highly recommend everyone to get. Cleanse and Purify Thyself. And it goes over his journey and how he got rid of the plaque out of his body. So after I did a video of that and I showed my results, I shared my results because, you know, I wanted the world to know. A lot of people would be scared to show stuff like that on social media, but I wanted the world to know, hey, you know, you can heal yourself, you know, get this stuff out. So after I posted that video, in less than 24 hours, it hit 1 million views.
Wow.
Like it went viral. And in 2 days, it got 2 million views. And like I did about 4 videos after that, showing my results, showing steps on how to do it, showing you how to make the shake, how to take the shake. I've done about 4 videos, and altogether, it's reached about 10 million people.
Okay. All right. So I took a couple photos from your social media page. I know they're not all of yours. So the next photos that you guys are going to see are some very graphic photos. And this is the aftermath of an intestinal cleanse. And so I want to take an opportunity just to show a couple of those pictures right now. And then I want you to be able to show, really explain more in depth of the mucus release. But again, these are photos of what actually could be sitting in someone's gut. So for those of you that have a lot of that gut waste, that, you know, where your stomach sits in your lap, or you know that you're not using the bathroom regular, or maybe you have been diagnosed with, you know, irritable bowel syndrome, IBS. And so there's a lot that goes on as far as a lot of, as she mentioned, the processed foods that we're eating, you know, things that are not healthy for your body that is not able to digest properly. So I showed that image just so you could have a visual of what could be on the inside of you, that, especially if you've not detoxed or even did an intestinal cleanse. So Ty, talk about the mucus release you talked about.
Yeah, so it's not painful. It's not painful at all. Pretty much when you're just taking the shakes, what the shakes does, it goes in you. It's psyllium and bentonite clay, but you're also taking herbs, so it can make sure that your organs are taken care of while you're doing this, because you're stripping a lot of stuff out your body. So when it goes inside of you, your intestines say it's this size. It's fiber, so psyllium's a fiber, so it's going to bulk it up. And the clay is volcano ash, pretty much. And what it does is it'll draw in toxins to the solution. So when it goes in, your intestines could be this small. It'll bulk it up. So you will get bloated. So that's why I recommend doing enemas during the process, so that you don't just have it sitting in you. So it'll bloat it up, and then it'll draw what's sitting in your intestines to the solution, and it'll come out with a bowel movement. So it's not painful at all. It's relieving. Actually, you'll see your stomach flatten after a few cleanses. I tell everybody when they do this cleanse to mentally prepare themselves, and how you mentally prepare yourself is you do 30 days raw vegan. Now, when you do 30 days raw vegan, you know, that's hard for a lot of people, but it's reprogramming your mind. You know, it's getting you away from those foods, those toxic foods, and it's teaching your body and your mind something new when you're eating clean food. So it's not painful at all. It comes out quick. for some who follow those steps, you know, preparing themselves, doing enemas prior to doing it, comes out on the third day of you doing it.
Wow.
For most people.
Wow. And so for someone that's watching right now, they're thinking, well, I'm, have a few pounds that I want to shed. And, I look at you now and I see how fit you are compared to some of the before and after pictures. And we can take a moment here to just show where you were close to 200 pounds to where you're now. You're fit, you're healthy, you're in shape, that you're even, training to be in a bikini competition as a bodybuilder. And so I'm so excited about that. And I think about even this photo here that we're showing where we actually were at the cigar experience. It was through that networking experience that you met your personal trainer.
Yes.
A big shout out to Jackie Willpower Rouse, who was our guest as well for the Get Fit Edition on Tuesday. But he's also actually been training you. So talk about, how did you really get into this whole, like, now that I've lost the weight, and you really got into the whole fitness of now you're actually wanting to bodybuild to be in a bikini competition. Talk about that.
Yeah, you guys blessed me so much. Like you said in the beginning, I'm in school to be a personal trainer, and really the reason why I'm doing that is for myself, but also like to reach that spectrum of things. You know, a lot of people want you to be certified in order to teach what you teach. I kind of want to show people that there's another way that you can do it. You don't have to just do it with getting protein from meat, and all of that stuff. So that's where he comes into play. Jackie, he's amazing. He works with me. He works with my diet. Like sometimes he'll tell me, no, you need to eat this. And I'm like, no, this is my lifestyle. This is what I eat. And he works with me.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm working towards right now. And like he said in his segment last Tuesday, it really is something that helps boost your confidence, because I'm a shy person. You might not show now, but I'm a really shy person. I've always been a shy person, and I'm trying to break out of my shell. So that's why I want to also get into bodybuilding, is to be secure within myself, and become more confident with what I do.
And you mentioned something there as far as being shy and wanting to bring out that self-confidence, where you're a twin.
Yes.
And when I think about you being a twin, and I guess how you maybe struggled with your weight compared to your other twin, maybe did not, and the fact that you two are beautiful young women, I must admit to say. But I think your personal journey, your testimony for people that are watching tonight that can think that if you can do it, that maybe they can do it. So when you think about the timeline of how long it took for you to go from almost 200 pounds to where you are now, like, what did the timeline, how long did that really take for you to get to where you are today?
I started in 2016 to lose the weight, but I was bigger before 2016. So, but I know that for a fact I went vegan in 2016 and started the detox process at that time.
So it is doable. So there's somebody watching there thinking, oh, raw vegan, like I can't do that. Now you have actually created a guide that really talks about your journey through this process. Talk about the guide again, and if someone was to get the guide, how can they get it? What can they expect through the guide if they were actually dive into that and see what you're talking about?
So I want everybody to know that it's okay to be the black sheep. So a lot of people want to follow somebody, but I was the black sheep in my family, at my job, and all of that. I was the one going to work and using their computer while I'm in the call center and on breaks and researching. I was using the internet for natural life energy. I was using it to research my symptoms, to research herbs, and I was writing all of this stuff down in books, and I still have those books till this day. But I was writing everything down in books, and I put all of what I was writing down into the guide, so people can see what I was doing. So that's pretty much what the guide is. It's my parasite cleanse, it's enema recipes, it's the 30-day challenge, it's the 30-day Thai water challenge. I created a water. I just put basically herbs that I think would help with fat. To help cut down on the fat. So it was like ginger, lime, apple cider vinegar. Now there are some modifications, because a lot of what I was using in the beginning of my journey I don't use, but I don't want to stop anybody from not using it because it's the beginning of their journey as well. So it was enema recipes, everything that I was basically studying and writing in the book, I put down inside the guide. So that's what they'll get with the guide. And they'll get some information on yoga, my breathing exercises, calisthenics, which is body weight workout. And that's pretty, they'll get links to people that I followed, like Fully Raw Christina, Raw Boy for raw recipes that they're looking for, is all in the guide.
Yeah. Well, again, for those of you that are just tuning in, this is an exclusive interview. Yours truly, Miss Jazzy here, taking an opportunity to share the personal, healthy lifestyle journey of Miss Taisha Hyppolite, also known as Raw Gahd, all across social media outlets. So again, if you're looking for her, it's Raw Gahd, and that's Gahd. Let her know that you found out about her right here on the Jazzy Report as we're doing this exclusive interview. And so again, Ty, for someone that's maybe looking to connect with you and maybe they have specific questions, again, guys, if you have any questions tonight while we're doing this exclusive interview, definitely chat those. We would love to get those questions answered. But how can people connect with you, Ty?
So I have a Facebook group after I did the mucoid plaque video. It's called Heal Thyself. It's Heal thy self. So HEAL-THY-self. So in that group, if you go into the search bar, if you type in any question that you have, like parasite cleanse, enema, shakes, mucoid plaque, it'll populate everything that I've done throughout my journey. It'll pop up the videos on how I made the cleanse, how I made the shake. It'll pop up enemas that I've done. It'll pop up everything. So you can reach me on there as well. If you have questions, just go ahead and ask. I'm on Instagram, which is RAWGAHD_. I'm also on Facebook, my first and last name. And also you can email me at rawgahd, RAWGAHD @gmail.com.
Now, one thing you also mentioned, because you mentioned the whole retraining your mind and where you can, unlearn some things to where you can relearn. And so I know this is definitely a process mentally for someone to take on a challenge to do this for themselves. But hopefully those of you that are watching, if you are in the process of wanting to get fit, to get healthy, to really change the lifestyle that you've been doing, because again, the fact that we're quarantined in, gyms are not open right now. These are things that you could really be working on your body to cleanse while you're at home, not having to worry about being out in public and something should happen. So when you mentioned enema earlier, is there a specific brand that you use or that you would recommend? Because again, I know some people may not be as willing to do that, but for those that are, is there a specific brand that you would recommend if someone was trying to do something like that?
So for an enema bag, I'd recommend the Aussie bag on Amazon, AUSSIE. That's the bag that I use. And herbs to use. Dr. Sebi's nutritional guide has list of herbs. The main ones that I like to use is burdock root, blood purifier, dandelion root, blood purifier, yarrow, red clover, sarsaparilla. But I would just really do a lot of research on these herbs and what their benefits are. But those are some main ones that I use is burdock root, dandelion root, sarsaparilla. Even if you don't want to use the herbs, you can use a teaspoon of baking soda. You could use a cap full of apple cider vinegar, or you could just use warm water.
Okay. Now, I know in just a minute, I'm going to get you to show us a few of your yoga stretches and what you do to really, you have the flexibility of your body to do some amazing things. And I know that is your mind control over your body. So talk a bit about how you prepare to do these things and the meditation process of what you do. Because again, I know you said, you kind of ran across these things as you were really healing from, past traumas and hurts. And so talk about that real quick for someone that's listening with us tonight.
Yeah, it's definitely a spiritual, mental journey before it's physical. So you can look at somebody's physical world, what they go through with their job, what they go through with their family, what they go through with their own family, their kids and all that stuff. And that's just a reflection of their spiritual world. So I do stuff to reprogram my mind. So stuff like, okay, so there's a quote called, it says, give me a child for the first 7 years of their life and I will show you the man. So that's pretty much saying for the first 7 years of a child's life, from the time that they were born up until the first 7 years, that's programming. That's the time that they're programming the child. So if if a child grows up in a habitat that is, hostile or friendly, or whatever habitat they grow into for the first 7 years, that's all being programmed. So what we have to do is we have to reprogram. And the way that I do that is I do that before going to bed and waking up in the morning. I watch what I listen to. I watch what I watch. I watch what, I allow into my mental before I go to bed. Because before we're going to bed and as we're waking up, we're in that same brain state that we were for those first 7 years of our life. So that's the time where you should reprogram, is before you go to bed and when you wake up, and also by habitual behavior. So that's where 30-day challenges come from. When you set yourself to do something for 30 days, you're reprogramming. So that's how I prepare myself for meditation, for yoga. I do it early in the morning and I do it right before bed.
That's good. And so, again, for those of you that are just tuning in, this is an exclusive interview with Miss Taisha Hyppolite, also known as Gahd. She's taken an opportunity and really shared her weight loss journey with all of us to encourage us really that, listen, if she can do it, we can do it. And before I allow you to go in to really show us a couple of stretches of things that you really do, and I'm going to try. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it, but I'm going to kind of watch you do it and see if I can't possibly be able to maybe do what you're doing as well. But there may be someone watching right now. What would be your words of encouragement for them to just get started to do it?
I would say just do it. You're the only person that is stopping yourself. And life is just about choices. So at the end of the day, it's just about your choice and what you choose to do for yourself. And I would just say, just do it. If you need some encouragement, go on YouTube, look up Shia LaBeouf, just do it. And he's just screaming at you, just do it. Yeah. Just keep doing it, and don't let nobody stop you. Stay consistent. Consistency is key. Do your research, start watching new things, start listening to new things. I listen to a lot of spiritual gurus. I listen to Wayne Dyer, Alan Watts, Dr. Joe Dispenza. All of those people talk about the mind-body connection, and they help me to think differently about how I see the world, and it keeps me going.
Yeah. Well, one other thing before you get started, because I've just been thinking about this whole enema process, because again, I think it's important for people to do an intestinal cleanse. I mean, I remember just with the Total Life Changes, the detox tea, but what you're talking about with these natural herbs, there may be someone though that maybe can't do the enema or just not willing to try that. Is there like some type of drink alternative or liquid form or capsule or something that they can do that you can guide them through?
If you're not ready to do an enema, just clean eating, getting your body to a point where it's eating simple foods that your body can digest, which is fruits and vegetables. So just clean eating, juicing, getting in smoothies, because that will contain natural fiber. So it can help you have that bowel movement. So just clean eating if you're not ready to do the enemas. But you got to remember that it's toxic stuff that's been sitting there for years, and most people are already constipated, and it's hard to get that stuff out.
That's so true. And so one more time, I want to be able to show, and this is graphic photos. So for those of you that are watching, I wanted to take an opportunity to show these photos, because this is what the result of doing an intestinal cleanse could actually look like as far as the waste that could come out of your body. And you're talking years worth of stuff that could just be lining in your intestines, and a lot of the gut waste that really sits in your stomach that allow you to be constipated. Again, I truly believe, just from what she shared tonight, Gahd herself, of being able to explain the enemas that could be done, the mixing of the herbs that she's also shared, just her whole guide through the 30-day challenges that she's mentioned. Again, this is an opportunity for those of you that are willing to try it and maybe willing to do it for your body. that this is something that could really come out. And I promise you, I'm sure you'll feel a whole lot better. But again, you can say that you heard about it first right here during this exclusive interview with yours truly, Miss Jazzy, Miss Raw God herself. So let's allow you to show us a couple things. And I'm going to try to stretch out here with you and see if I might can do it as well.
Can you see me?
Yep, I can
Can
see
you see me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So this is just a sun salutation, and I'm gonna make it easy
Okay.
and go slow. But this is stuff that you can do when you wake up first thing in the morning. Stretch your muscles, stretch your joints, breathe. I also do abdominal breathing, which you can find more about on my page, my Heal Thyself group. So just gonna breathe in. Just basically, I'm gonna start with breathing in. I breathe in through my nose and out through my nose, but you can breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. So your first motion that you do when you breathe in and stretch, everything else is gonna follow. So everything else that I do, if you breathe in the first time, you're gonna exhale the second time. Okay? Got it?
Yep.
All right, ready?
Maybe I'm supposed to stand up. I don't know if I can do that. Look.
Following?
Yeah, I'm trying.
And 5 breaths here. Look towards your belly button. You want to ground with your hands and you want to ground with your feet.
Wow.
Come back up. 1 foot. 2nd foot. Heart up. Exhale down. Inhale up. You want to go again?
No, but you can. You go. You do it one more time for somebody else that's watching. I'm going to watch this time so I can practice at home. That's flexible. When you think about, she used to be almost 200 pounds. It's gone toward that healthy lifestyle. Listen, if she can do it, you guys can do it as well. You make it seem so easy. You make it seem
It's
so
fun.
easy. So
It's
just
fun.
watching you do that, though, just watching you do that really allows us to know that that's something we can really try right from the comfort of our home. So I definitely want to encourage everybody that's watching tonight, for those of you that are tuned in for this exclusive interview with Miss Raw Guy herself, we can try this at home. So make this a part of your daily routine, where maybe you can get up and do your morning stretches and your breathe in and breathe out and just get your blood pumping, your heart going. Yes. So for anybody, again, that's really watching, because again, you shared a lot tonight. I mean, you've talked about your weight loss journey. You've talked about some of the different challenges that you've done. I mean, you've gone through a series of different, like, 30-day challenges. And one in particular that I thought that I want to mention, I just know this was like a mind over matter deal, but you did a 30-day cold shower challenge.
Yes.
Cold water. And I have to admit that, just watching you share your journey through that, in my mind, I wanted to say that I tried it because you did it, but girl, I could not muster up the strength to just, for no reason, stand in the cold water. So tell me about the process of that and why. And I know there are some benefits supposedly of doing that. So help me to explain that again.
Yeah, that I used to do breathing in the cold, following Wim Hof's method,
Mhm.
Iceman Hof and his breathing techniques. And then I just noticed that athletes do it. Athletes going ice ice baths and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so I guess it helps to repair your body. So I was like, there must be some science to it. So I found out that it helps with your muscle growth. It helps with your repairing. It also helps with your hair growth. And I found out that a lot of hair stylists, what they do is they'll start off with warm water and then they'll end up with cold water on their hair. So what I guess the hot water does is it expands, and then the cold water helps contract. So it helps seal in the stuff in your hair, whatever you're putting into your hair, whatever like nutrients that you're trying to put into your hair. So sealing it off with cold water. So I was like, there's some science to it. It helps with your immune system, all around. Like it helps with everything. It helps you get up in the morning with a better attitude. If you're doing it first thing in the morning, it helps you mentally, throughout the whole entire day. It's amazing. Like with me, it helped with my abs. It helped tighten my stomach up a little bit. It helped with everything, everything.
Wow. Well, that is absolutely amazing. Just to hear of the different phases of your healthy journey, because again, I realize that different strokes for different folks. And I really just want to encourage everybody to do whatever is going to best suit their lifestyle. But I think you sharing your journey and just the process of things that you were able to do, and to look where you were of being close to 200 pounds to where you are now, actually being in school. And I'm just so humbled that you were a recipient of someone that we were able to sow monies into to help further you along with your small business ventures, and that you're currently enrolled to be a personal trainer, to be able to share your information with others, and just being able to share your lifestyle that someone else could also take control of their life and take their health back as well, and could stay fit and stay healthy, and know that you've gone through these series of challenges, that you can be able to be a testament to someone else that they can do. But again, whatever works for you, whatever worked for them. But again, for someone that maybe wants to connect with you, that they've been inspired or even motivated to get started tonight, how can someone reach out to you and how can they connect with you?
My email is rawghd@gmail.com. You can find me on Facebook, Taisha Carmelite Hyppolite. It's on there. I believe it's on the screen for everyone to see.
Yep.
My Instagram is rawghd_. Basically, all my social media accounts, you can reach out to me and via email.
Yeah, well, that is so amazing. So again, this has been an exclusive interview with yours truly, Miss Jazzy here. Again, I am so humble just to know you in this lifetime. You're such a beautiful, sweet soul of a spirited young lady. And just to know that you've been able to take control of your life, and you've snatched your health back, and you are willing to show others and also take the journey along with them as well, to show them how to do what you were able to do for yourself. But I've been encouraged. I think I am going to try some of those little stretches you showed. Really simple, not too hard, but again, just watching you see it do. I will continue to follow your journey. I definitely want to stay in the know about the whole bikini competition. I know due to the whole coronavirus, that may have either been postponed or canceled, but we'll keep up with you, and maybe I'll have to bring you back for another exclusive edition so you can keep us all in the know about what's happening, and maybe you can bring home the goal, right?
Yes.
So leave you guys with this thought, and that is 3 John chapter 1 verse 2, that says, "Beloved, I wish above all things that you may prosper and be in good health, even as your soul prospers." But again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. This has been an exclusive interview. Yours truly. Be sure to go and subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Jazzy Report. Also follow Raw Gahd. Let her know that you found out about her right here on The Jazzy Report. We'll be joining you again this coming Tuesday for Virtual Networking Tuesdays, and we're going to be talking about some personal matters. For those of you that are watching, we're going to talk about some personal matters, and we're going to be talking about wills, we're going to be talking about life insurance, and we're going to be talking about funerals. Something that, whether you are young or old, will be something at some point in this lifetime you will be faced with. So again, we have some of the upstate's greatest that will be joining us to talk about those things and hopefully to educate us, but most importantly, to be sure that we have in place what we need in case our time should draw near. I'm going to get on out of here, guys. This has been an amazing time for this exclusive interview with yours truly, Miss Jazzy. Until next time, you have a great weekend. I love you guys. I'll see you soon.